Okay, so it's Monday, January 25th, and I had a great night last night. I'm staying at an expanded boat ramp that actually has some legitimate free camping, and I've really fallen in love with this place. It's really nice, it's really tranquil. I'm right on the water, it's free, and so I spent some time last night trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do. And there's some bad weather that's heading into this area over the next couple days, like really bad. So I'm going into the nearest town right now to grab some groceries and download some stuff on my iPad to watch. And basically I've decided to stay here another couple nights. I'm gonna work today from the campsite on editing some video footage, and then tomorrow, spend all day tomorrow taking care of some business I got to take care of, and then excuse me, and then also trying to figure out exactly what my route should be from here towards Texas over the next couple weeks. By that time the weather should have passed, and my next real stop is heading towards Birmingham, Alabama, and spending some time in Alabama, focused on a lot of things, but primarily just on a lot of the civil rights history that goes along with passing through Alabama. So that's the general idea. Over the next couple of days, gonna hunker down here and really enjoy my time at this campsite, and then press on towards Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, with a clear plan in place on my way towards Texas. Tonight, little mini pizzas for dinner. Okay, it's Wednesday, January 27th, and we're in Montgomery, Alabama. Plans changed a little bit yesterday because I had some stuff that came up, and I came to Montgomery one day earlier than I expected to. And it's actually working out great because the weather's supposed to be pretty rough today. So Montgomery's got some great civil rights museums, so that's the plan for today. First one opens at 9. It's about 20 of right now. So just stayed at a Cracker Barrel last night, had some breakfast, got my coffee, and I'm heading to the first museum. All right, so it's about noon, and I've made it through a couple museums. It's been an amazing day already, and it's a day I won't forget. But anyway, I just got out of the Rosa Parks Museum, and I'm actually standing right in the place where she was arrested. There's the Xterra right there, across the street. So this is the spot, and again, just an amazing day, heading on to a few more museums and a few more spots, one of which is going to be the house where Martin Luther King Jr.'s house was bombed. I guess I kind of knew that these things happen in the back of my mind, but it's really amazing to actually see the place where all this history took place. So really good stuff. All right, continuing on with the really powerful day today in Montgomery. Behind me is what used to be the Greyhound bus station here in the 60s, and right now it's a museum dedicated to what happened here. And what that was is one of the freedom rides passed through here at one point, and the riders were beaten after they descended out of the bus because the state government had pulled the police protection in the area, and so people were allowed to basically do whatever they wanted to, the Freedom Riders. And it's a really powerful experience to go through there. It's preserved, a lot of it, exactly the way it would have looked like in the 60s. So I got to go into what used to be an all-white bathroom, but now I'm very happy to report is open to anyone that walks in there that wants to use the bathroom. And now just getting ready to continue on with this day on foot. There's a lot of other sites that I've got marked, so on I go. Okay, so now outside of Selma, about 10 miles. This is something a little bit different. I love this kind of stuff. It's called Old Cahaba Archaeological Site. It's now a ghost town. Apparently, it was the first capital of the state of Alabama. So it's only a couple bucks, and I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. So I'm gonna go check it out. All right, so it's about 2 o'clock, and I'm in a tiny, tiny town called Thomaston, Alabama. Yesterday, well, I was at the first museum that I visited in Montgomery. It was called the Legacy Museum. A interactive display that I was looking at mentioned that in this town in 1901, there was a man named Rufus Lafleur who was a black guy, and he was accused of breaking into a white woman's home at 3 in the morning and scaring her. And so he didn't know about any of this, but a mob came and snatched him from his bed and took him to basically a makeshift prison. And then a day later, another mob broke into this makeshift prison and lynched him and killed him. And even though all of these people that did this to him didn't have masks on, nobody here had any idea, seemed to know, who actually lynched him and killed him. And so nobody was punished for this at all. So anyway, what really caught my eye is that the makeshift jail is still there. It's just a tiny little shack. So I'm going to quickly go over there and try to see it, and hope that I don't get in any trouble. So we'll see. It's Friday afternoon on January 29th. Today, after a couple long, hard days of traveling and learning a lot about the things that transpired here in the last decades and centuries, mostly concerning the civil rights. Just taking today to recharge, and do some research on the computer about some things upcoming, and enjoying this beautiful camp spot that I'm at. So I can turn the camera around and show you the views that I've been looking at all day. It's been a beautiful sunny day, and tomorrow I'll hit the road again. All right, it's Saturday, January 30th. I'm leaving this beautiful camp spot after a couple of very quiet nights, and now heading to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Got about a 90-minute drive. Okay, so still in Tuscaloosa, spent most of the morning just going around the campus and walking around and seeing all the sights there. Now I'm in an area of town where there's a couple of really beautiful historic mansions that actually offer free guided tours at certain times. So I'm here early, imagine that, waiting for the first one and then on to the next one just down the road. So hopefully I'll be able to capture some video footage of the inside. Okay, so it's Sunday, January 31st. I had a nice day in Tuscaloosa yesterday, but I had to drive several miles outside of the town to find a Cracker Barrel. The first one that was in Tuscaloosa, for the first time since I've been doing that, had signs up that said no overnight parking. So took a bit of a chance and came out near where I wanted to go today and took a chance on another Cracker Barrel, and it was fine. So just got groceries and now I'm pulling up to grab some gas. And then there's a wildlife refuge about a half hour from here, so I'm gonna go there and try to take a jog because it's been a long time since I've been in rhythm with running again. So I'm gonna try to do that and then on to another campground tonight. Okay, so it's about midday, and I did go to the Naksubi National Wildlife Refuge and got a 5K in over there, which is really nice to get a jog in again. And now I'm about an hour away from there at a place called Sam Busby Campground. It's about 2/3 of the way up in Mississippi, and my plan is to start over the next few days kind of working my way south. It's supposed to get really cold over the next couple days. It's supposed to get down into the 20s and 30s at night, so I'm kind of braced for the Arctic blast over here. So that's it for this week. That wraps up the state of Alabama as I've crossed over into Mississippi. And general idea is over the next week, week and a half, is to work my way through Mississippi and Louisiana. So I'll check back with you at the end of next week.